Hey guys, welcome to my first Faith Talks segment. First, I just wanted to see if everyone's doing great in quarantine. A lot's definitely been going on, but we still want to keep some positive energy in this world. Everyone's getting done with school. Congrats to my class of 2020 and all of that. I hope you guys are well and everything like that. So, today's topic is definitely very heavy. It's very hot today. And I'm going to be talking about my take on the George Floyd case. Being a female person of color, it doesn't hit as it hits. Oh, it definitely hits, but it's not going to hit as hard as the males that are African American. But it still hurts because you can think about it, and that if you think about it, that could have been my brother, or father. Honestly, that could have been someone related to me. And you think about it, it's just like this is crazy. This has got to stop. And so this is where all the protesting and all of this is started. I definitely do believe when the protesting first started, it was definitely about George Floyd. Most definitely. And it was peaceful, but then things start getting out of hand, in my personal opinion. The looting. I'm not saying that I am completely against it, because I understand, because our peaceful protests, they ain't getting nowhere. They haven't gotten anywhere for years. Think about it. Rosa, Martin, they got somewhere, but at the same time, they really didn't, because this stuff is still going on. It's probably still going to go on until, we do something about it. And so this is where the looting came in, because we thought that maybe they would hear us. But at a certain point, it got way too out of hand, because I feel like people are looting the wrong things. If you are going to loot, you need to loot the racist people. Honestly, it's not everyone that's causing problems in our world. It's not every white person. I personally feel like Caucasians, they target African Americans, and we are their first target, because we are the biggest target. But in all honesty, I feel like they're targeting all minorities, period. And as soon as they get rid of African Americans, they're going to go to Latinas, then they're going to go, to Chinese, Indians. They're going to go through all of the minorities until they have complete control over this entire world, not even just the U.S., but this entire world. They are going to go through every single minority, and every single minority is going to have to fight at some point. I mean, we're fighting now, but African Americans are the face of the fight right now. Next, it's going to be the Latinas. Then, like I said, it's going to be all these minorities. They're just targeting us first, because they know that we are the biggest issue. They feel like we're the biggest threat. And with that saying, it's not all Caucasians, and I want to get this out there. Not all white people are bad at all. It's just that small percentage of people that still think, that black minorities are a threat to them. They feel like that they have to have control. They feel like they have to have power in this world, and that's a problem. And that's where that issue becomes in, because it's not all white people. And it's I've been reading a lot of things, and they people make it seem like it's everyone, and it's not at all, because there are some white people that are literally in the streets protesting with us, trying to get us to change. For God's sake, like celebrities, man, you have celebrities protesting, white celebrities out there protesting. And some people have the nerve to say all white people are bad. No, No, it's just that small percentage. So if you're going to loot, you need to target the right people. And we're not targeting the right people at all. We're blowing up police stations. You know, not all policemen are bad. There are policemen that are literally protesting with us. There are white policemen protesting with us out in these streets. And then you over here setting their place of work on fire. That's crazy. You setting their cars on fires. Like, think about it. George Floyd, he had a family. These policemen, they have family. And the same way we heard about George Floyd, they're gonna heard about that. They're gonna hurt about that policeman if something was to happen to them. You know, we're doing damage to some people, and it's not right. We're making others hurt when we hurt, and that's definitely not gonna make the situation better, because then more people begin to hurt. And I stand by that. That's just my opinion, but I stand by that. So I feel it definitely got out of control. So I feel like if people are going to loot, you people need to loot the racist people. Because it literally is racist versus everybody. And that's what that is. You know? It's not white versus blacks. It's not white versus minorities. It's racist versus everybody. Whether, like, it could be racist versus white people, you know, because there are some white people that are trying to make a difference in this world, and then you just got that tiny percentage of people that still think that they're in control and that they have to have control. That's gonna ruin it for everyone, you know. So, like I said, that's just my personal opinion. So if you guys are gonna loot, please target the right places. You guys are targeting the wrong places. And this is where it gets to some people ruining black-owned businesses. The protest is for a black male. We as a people need to come together. Period. Period, point blank. And y'all over here looting black-owned businesses, that's definitely where it got out of hand. Y'all is most definitely looting the wrong places. Like, that's stupid. We are supposed to lift up each other, especially those black-owned businesses where those people have worked so hard to get to where they are, and then you just completely ruin it like that. Like that, they have no money. Like that, they have no income. You're ruining jobs for people, and, you know, that's not right. Just how y'all was mad when Corona stepped in and, you know, they ruined everyone else's jobs. You guys are ruining jobs for people, and it's not right at all, and I stand by that. So, yeah. So that's how I feel. Anyways. So, yeah, this looting, I understand where you're coming from, but at a certain point, it got out of hand, and then it got ignorant, especially when people were going into malls stealing stuff. Like, please do not get mad when next week and you can't go to Walmart and get some milk for your house. Don't get mad. Just don't, because you brought that upon yourself. But moving on. So the looting, it was okay until you guys made the wrong decision. So now my thing is, in order for us to make some noise in this world, we as a people have to come together. We have to band together. And that starts within our communities. And I stand by this when I say this. Black on black crime, it gotta stop before we get anywhere with white on black crime. It has to stop. We have to learn how to respect our own culture before we have anyone else respect our culture. And that's on period. Like, that's straight up facts. Like, we have to respect ourselves before we can get anywhere. Like, we have to stop shooting each other over, last week it was cool that Johnny shot Tim because his little bag of weed, he didn't get his money for his bag of weed. It was cool. It was cool. Somebody's family was hurting, but it was still cool. But as soon as, a racist steps in and starts to kill us, then everyone wants to band together. And that is not okay. We need to band together when any one of us die from violence. And that period, like, straight up, like, we have to band together. And it starts within our communities. We cannot move forward until we move forward within ourselves. Like, we seriously have to band together. We have to get together as one community, as one African American community. We have to stop the violence before we get anywhere with these racist people, because they're going to use this against, they use it against us already. They already call us ignorant, ghetto, and black on black crime is definitely a factor as to why they do that, So we have got to stop. There have been plenty of black on black murders where people haven't gotten justice. So we have definitely got to get ourselves together before we can do anything. And I stand by that. And I'm not gonna let anyone change my opinion on that, because we just have to get ourselves together. Just like it's just like a relationship. Before you can even get into a relationship, you have to work on yourself. You have to value yourself. You have to learn what self-love is. You got to know your ins and outs. You got to know what you can and cannot handle before you even get into a relationship. And this is kind of the same. We have got to get ourselves together. African Americans have to get ourselves together before we can expect anything else. Like I said, same thing as a relationship. If we ain't got ourselves together, no one's gonna want us. If you are looking for love, and you don't have yourself together, nothing's gonna happen unless you meet someone terrible and then y'all both off the rails. It's just not gonna work. So that's just how I feel about it. But we have got to get ourselves together before we can let anyone else, before we can get anywhere with these racist people. So that's just how I feel about it, So yeah, that's how I feel about it. And like I said, I respect everyone's opinions, and I honestly, I'll take feedback. If you guys disagree with me, tell me. I'll think about it. You can share with me your opinions about it, and like I said, I have mine. Everyone has different opinions about this, and a lot of people stand by their opinions, and we just have to respect that. So other than that, I honestly think that I have had all I had to say about this. It wasn't too much, but it was enough. It was definitely enough. And as a 16-year-old girl, I know I don't see everything. I already know I don't. And I know there is some stuff that I probably haven't seen. So this is just from what I've seen, from what I have heard, from what I have read up on. This is just my opinion. So yeah, that definitely is a hot topic, because it hurts. It hurts. Just talking about it. Just seeing it in the streets, They had there was a protest on US 30. And did I want to go out there? Yes and no. Yes, I want justice. Yes, I want peace. No, because I don't want to have to fear for my life while I'm protesting, you know? I don't want to have to fear. I don't want to have that fear as an African American. I don't want to have that fear walking that, you know, there are some policemen that are out to get me just by seeing me because I have on a hoodie or I just have my hands in my pockets and they think I have a weapon. I don't want to fear that. I don't even want my kids growing up in that world whenever that happens. But, you know, I don't want that. I don't want them to grow up in a world like this. This is crazy. This is freaking madness. Like, why should I have to grow up? I have to fear the fact that I might not even be able to graduate because I fear for my life every day. Every day. And I don't think that's fair to anyone. Whether you're old, young, middle-aged, that is not fair. Like, why are we fearing for our life? It's crazy. Like, that's just so crazy to me. It's disturbing. It is so disturbing to me. But, woo, that is a hot topic. That was definitely a hot topic. So, yeah. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this, and the next topic will definitely will not be so hot. I hope nothing else bad really happens. I pray to God nothing crazy happens, because this is just madness going on. 2020 already brought so much, and then with this added on, it's just, are we even going to make it to December? Like, seriously, are we even going to make it at this point? But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this. Praying every day. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. See you guys in the next segment.